At another school I was at before I came down here, I had dealt with kids with special needs and so on, and I had a class that decided they were all going to do softball, but so did the deaf unit. Right, now the kids I taught were quite way out. Some of them came down and visited us in Cabargo after we left. And the deaf unit kids were very good at softball, so they would hit this enormous ball right out beyond all the bases. And my kids that, who went, used to use quite a lot of expletives, used to say, "It isn't F that, go and get the effing ball," and like this. And meanwhile, the deaf kids would signal to their bases, with all this sign language, and the ball would go zoom, 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 and the kids, my kids would be out before they got to third base, and then they'd stand there, they'd throw the bat if they still had it with them, they'd stamp up and down, and they'd effing this and effing that, and the deaf kids couldn't hear them. It's always sort of stuck in my mind, they just... Oh, great kids. I started this book, and it's not one I'm going to publish, it's what I know about teaching. I started writing down stuff in it that I thought was quite funny. I haven't written it all down. One comment was on a competition to see how many people could fit on a waterbed. "I'm not going in the competition, I might get wet." That was Natalie in Year 7. A comment, because I used to do talks about safe sex, a comment about contraception. "You just insert an IOU." That was a Year 9 girl. My dad got drunk last night. He said Kevin Shepherd was my real father. I don't even know Kevin Shepherd. And this is a girl who raced to the front of my class almost as soon as I set foot at Bega High School. She ran down the front and she said, Miss, I've got to go." I said, "What's wrong?" "I've got the scours." So I realised I was in dairy country. There was a Year 9 boy who re-enrolled as he was unable to find work. So I said to him, "Jobs are hard to find in Bega. Did you try outside the area?" "Yeah, I went to North Bega." And in my Year 8 class, we were rewriting nursery rhymes, and one of the boys said, "I know one, miss. Mary had a little lamb. She kept it in a bucket." I said, "Stop!" This is a Year 7 kid who was commenting on a strip film of a film of Indian women washing their clothes. "Miss, are they hippies?" And this is absolutely true. A Year 7 kid. He had a homework assignment to collect 3 pictures of weather and climate and stick it on a piece of paper. 3 pictures were found by me for the student. He returned the next day to ask for paste and a piece of paper. Year 8 history exam. Question. About what time was the Iron Age in Britain? Answer, 4 o'clock. Honestly, it really was. Another exam question. How did the Vikings reach Britain? Answer, by horse and cart. This was a question about Easter. What's the significance of Good Friday? Answers, the Queen's birthday? Some fella got shot. And another kid said, yeah, that's right, I saw it on a film. Graffiti on a school school chair, on the back of the school chair, "School sucks." Underneath it, "I know it does too." But "I know it does too" was written I-N-O-I-T-D-U-Z-T-O-O. And this is before text messages. Okay. What is the greenhouse effect? The House of Commons. Miss, a Year 7 girl, can I give you my rebellion permission? No, that's rebellion. In my French class, Louis Pasteur was famous for injections. Joan of Arc was just a normal person like me, except she led the army to victory. This is when I was on jury duty. Ricky said, "Where were you yesterday, miss?" Me, "Jury service." Rick, "Do you sell jewellery?" 7C, Russell Smith is a liberal, meaning liberal. Personal development class in Year 7, me, "What is a bisexual?" This was in relation to AIDS education. Student, "A bloke with his balls cut off." They're not all here. This was a social science lesson, and no, it was an English lesson, and we were researching euthanasia. Anyway, and the kids went up to the library and they came back and said, "We couldn't find anything about youth in Asia." This is a Year 11 exploring early childhood exam. Question, a toddler is found floating face down in a pool. What would you do? Answer, get the kid out of the water and apply RSPCA. If you know how. And when I was explaining about girls' hygiene and getting your periods and all that sort of thing, I remember Marie Hinchcliffe told me a really good story, and I repeated that to the girls later on. And she said that when she was very young, her sister got her periods at school and came home and went to the backyard dunny and sat in there and refused to come out. So I used to tell the kids this story because I thought it was really funny. And finally, Marie Hinchcliffe's mum came out and said, "What are you in there for?" She was just crying, "I'm never coming out." And Marie Hinchcliffe's mum said, "The Queen has periods, you know." He said, "Right, I'm out." So, anyway, that's just some of them. I'm not going to do anything else because it'll go on too long. But, yeah, it was just I know some of the staff sort of nodding when I say some of these things because they've been with me and we've had a good old laugh over it.
Wish we'd written them down, Lizzie.
I haven't even mentioned the phantom turd dropper either. Perhaps it's not.
You finished?
Eaten, haven't they?
Thanks, Liz. I must have nodded off. But I did hear the bell. So thank you very much, Liz. As you just heard, Liz's life at school has been very entertaining in many ways, even though very busy.